diplomat, conservative crime fighter, and today I'm in downtown Roanoke, Virginia, right in front of the Center on the Square. I was in town for a family event, and while I had a few hours, I wanted to see if I could find any decent arcades in the city of Roanoke, Virginia. I didn't find any on the website arcade.com, but I went Google searching and located one right in front of the Roanoke City Market. That's where they hold a flea market every weekend on a nice hot Saturday in June. I found something online that intrigued me. There was a pinball museum inside the Center on the Square. So, I had a few extra hours. I made time during the weekend to head out here. I wasn't going to have much time to play at all. In fact, I had no time to play. I had to get in there with the video camera, take a look around, and then get to where I needed to be for the afternoon. But here we are. This is the lower level of the Center on the Square, and I found the Roanoke Pinball Museum. It's open 6 days a week, and it can be reserved for private parties. And it's up on the second floor here at the Center on the Square with all the... Yep, it's nice and lit up. There's another museum on the fourth floor. It actually has a temporary arcade up there as part of a museum, a science museum of Western Virginia, but that costs separately to go in. So we're going to take a look at the Pinball Museum for this video. The owner of the arcade gave me the go-ahead to take a walkthrough of the facility. The museum has a website. It's roanokepinball.org, and they also have a Facebook page, Roanoke Pinball Museum, all one word. And this pinball museum is brought to you by Coca-Cola. We are open. And I just got here like right at opening, so there's not a lot of people here yet. But as the day wears on and the hot summer weather, they're going to be coming in. It's $15 for all-day play. Does not take tokens, so that's a plus right there. They made some night lights out of pinball bumpers, as you can see. They had the t-shirts for sale. They have some other pinball merchandise, buttons, the hats, of course. They had a couple of homemade pinball machines here on display. For $25, you can take home a miniature replica of a Fireball or a Twilight Zone. And buttons for sale with various logos like the pinball bumpers, the Pinball Museum logo. For those in states with just rear plates only, there's a front plate replacement. And if you have a need for pinballs for your table, you can get some of those here. They do have some video games, but they have a kind of a MAME setup running, I'm guessing, a hyperspin. The bar, now GameWorks did this many years ago. They had pinball tables as part of the decor, not working, of course, embedded in the walls. There they've I'm guessing there are two non-working pinball tables that were converted into bar table. Well, a bar table here. It's like a wrestling game, and a Fireball converted into pool tables. There's the controllers and nice four-player action for the patrons of the Pinball Museum. And of course, refreshments are for sale. Taking a walk through the pinballs. There's about 50, a little more than 50 pinballs here at this museum. Starting off with a Fireball from Bally, a Captain Fantastic, and a Williams Big Ben. And then we have a Bally Big Show. That one was made in 1974. We go to a Melody. That was by Gottlieb. 67 machine. There's a lot of EMs and solid state units. Drop a card. I've seen that one in a number of places. 1971 release Corral. 61 released by Gottlieb. Bank a Ball. That was put out in 1965. Kind of a pool table theme. Kings and Queens. From 1965. Now there's a couple of pinballs. This is a Gottlieb out of sight. It's a, I assume it's either being worked on or it's the table is open for people to come in and see what's inside one of these electromechanical machines. Right next to it is a Student Prince machine by Williams. That one is not working either. I assume that's a display-only item. The Student Prince is put out in 68. There's some pinball flyers up on the wall. Now we go back. There's a Dodge City by Gottlieb put out in 1965. This one is a Spin the Wheel. And now a Spin the Card. 68 and 69. This one is an Apollo put out in 67. And here's a El Toro. I've seen that at Pinball Expos. This was made by This is a Arachnid Super Shuffle. There's a number of different shuffle board type games, bowling and shuffleboard, of course. This is an in-home use Superstar pinball put out by Briarwood. And that is for home use only. It's not a not for use in the arcades. This is another table converted into, I guess, well, another pinball table converted into a coffee table. These are machines that are on display only. This one is a World Beauties put out by Gottlieb in 1959, just for display, not for play. This is a Chinatown. This was put out in 1952, another display only. This is a 21. This was put out in 1960. Here is a Guy's Dolls. This was put out in 53. Notice that the scoring is by lights lighting up. This is a Screwball. Never seen this one before. This is put out by Genco Corp in 1948. Here is a Stern Mustang pinball. I don't know which edition it is. I assume limited. More recent. This is a Funhouse by Williams in 1990. That is one of the most popular pinballs around. Galvin Ghost has one. Junkyard. 1996, put out by Williams. Here is a Bally Paragon. I had one of these in my college dorm. Classic wide body pin in 79. Here is the Haunted House. This is one of the most iconic pinballs in history. Put out in 1982. Here is a Bally Wizard. When you talk pinball wizards, you have to have Bally in there. 1971, one of the most popular ones. Nitro Ground Shaker, put out in 1980. I don't think I've seen that one before. This one's a classic. Wargar. A lot of pinball expos have a few of these out for play, and put out in 1979. This is a Star Race. This is put out by Gottlieb in 1980. Multiple flipper machine. This one is a Skill Score. It is put out by Codwell Novelty in 1932. You basically launch the ball and want it to fall into the highest scoring holes. Kind of similar to a pachinko machine, except it's a flat table. You launch the ball and just hope that it hits the right hole. Kind of for gambling. This is a black hole. Another iconic pin put up by Gottlieb in '81. Here's the original KISS pinball, the first version of it. There's been a more recent version put out. That was in 1979. Here's a Phoenix. I don't think I've ever seen one of those. This is put out in '78. Never seen one of those. Pinball conventions. Here's a Nippet. This was put out in '72 by Bally. Let's play this one. Time I entered the museum, there's only a couple of people playing at 10 a.m. hour. Right next to it is an Indiana Jones. This one was made in 1993. A lot of ramps to this one. Dot matrix display. Around the corner, we're going to kind of poke into the repair room. There are 4 machines being worked on. There's a Bally Flicker, right next to it a Jungle King, Gottlieb, Target Alpha, I see one of those at the Arcadia in McLean, and then there's a deluxe baseball by Williams in '57. Here's a Terminator 3. Not as well known as the Terminator 2 pinball, but here it is. Right next to it is a Joker's, put up by Williams in '88. A Jungle Lord, put out in '81. A lot of ramps to this one, extra flippers on the top playfield. Whirlwind, another iconic pinball machine, well known, put up by Williams in 1990. John Jacobson of his John's Arcade had to give his up recently to make some room. This is a Space Invaders put out by Bally. This one's seen better days. The playfield does look kind of worn. Spanish Eyes, put out by Williams in '72. Flippers there in odd position. Chicago Coins Riviera. That's one of the few pinballs that were not made by one of the big 3. Superstar by Williams. We saw another Superstar a while ago. OXO. It's kind of a tic-tac-toe game put out by Williams in '73. It's one of the few Sega units, well, the only Sega unit in the whole arcade. This is a Starship Troopers. Jubilee, put out by Williams. From '73, here's a Hot Shot. This was put out in '73 also by Williams. Mustang, this is the older Mustang put out by Gottlieb in '77. And a High Deal from Bally, that's '75. And there's one other machine that's right by the restrooms, but it's not in a non-working condition, on display only, and that's an Ace High by Gottlieb, put out in 1957. Well, I hope you like this walkthrough of the Roanoke Pinball Museum as we make a lap around the arcade one more time. Sure to head out to Roanoke, Virginia, if you're in the state of Virginia some weekend, and have a full day to play as much pinball as you feel like doing so for $15 for all day play. You can't beat it. This is Mad Conservative, the Crime Fighter. We'll see you next time here on Video Gaming with the Mad Conservative.